Well, I have to cancel the singles event that I planned to be on my farm this weekend. Y'all know I'm an event planner and I have a fish farm, and I advertised a Fishing for Love event where singles could come here and fish and have dinner and meet each other in person, not on a dating app. And 5 women RSVP'd yes, and 1 man. And even the 1 man that did RSVP did it through one of the ladies. Now, I did all of my marketing specifically towards men because I knew that the women would RSVP. I promoted the event on 45 different Facebook groups.
What is up, everyone? My name is C. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, hey, stop what you're doing right now. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. I played you guys that clip at the beginning. That female event planner is confused as to why men didn't want to go to her singles event. Let's get into it. All right, so in that clip, that female event planner is confused because she planned an event for singles, a Fishing for Love event. Are you serious? Fishing for love? Maybe I'm too much of a city boy.
City boy!
I was raised in New York, but I wouldn't go fishing for love. Maybe dancing. Maybe a bar. Not a club at this point. I'm 36. Forget a club. But she's surprised that men didn't want to go to her singles event. Let's see. 5 women and 1 man RSVP'd. She says she marketed the event to men and promoted it on 45 different Facebook groups. And she's surprised that no men showed up to her event. I'm going to start this off by saying singles events suck. Speed dating sucks. Let me tell you guys a little story about something that happened to me during a Bumble IRL, in real life, for those of you who aren't good with acronyms, event. So the dating app Bumble, which is doing horribly today, RIP Bumble, the future doesn't look good for you, used to hold in-person events. So they would do, I think, speed dating, a singles mixer at a bar, a club, a large public place. I went to a couple of Bumble IRL events, in real life events. So I was doing a lot of cold approaching 2019. I decided to get myself out there again and just be very social as much as I could and meet as many women as I could. I was in New York and I became an avid cold approacher again. I did a bunch of cold approaching and just approaching women in my early 20s, and I did it again in my early 30s. I was used to going out there, seeing a woman that I was attracted to in the real world, having a conversation with her, trying to get her number, pushing the interaction forward and trying to get a date with her, etc., etc. I went to a Bumble event and I had the same energy that I had during that time period. I was out there, I was socializing, I was very social, I was very open. And I remember I talked to a few women at the event and I was talking to them. I think maybe I was complimenting them and saying, hey, you look very beautiful. I'd love to have a conversation with you and see what you're like, etc., etc. And one woman at the event saw me and said, your energy is off for this event. And I said, what? Like, what do you mean my energy is off? She didn't like the fact that I went to the event and that I was being masculine and that I was talking to women, initiating conversations, approaching women at the event and talking to them. She wanted me to be like a Bumble male user and just sit there and wait for women to make the first move in real life. The funny thing is, after she told me that, I left the event and I had a date. I had a date that night with a woman that I had approached and met earlier in the day, a tourist that was in New York visiting, and we hit it off. We had a conversation in public. I talked to her and we had a date that same night. I had a date after the Bumble event. That goes to show you just how crappy the whole Bumble dynamic is. That just goes to show you what she wanted me to be. She wanted me to be a passive guy, like a lot of women want men to be who use these apps, right? Bumble's not doing good right now in 2024, and there's a reason. They made an app where only women could make the first move. They changed that rule this year. And that culture is not good. Men should make the first move. It's 2024. Let's go back to how things were before, to my dad's time, to my granddad's time, to my time. I'm 36. I remember what dating was like in my early 20s and even mid 20s before all this social media crap, all this online dating crap, and all the stuff that's happening now. Let's let men make the first move, not women. Right? So that's my Bumble story. Let's keep talking about speed dating events. I think the people that go to speed dating events need to look at their life and they need to ask themselves, how can I put myself in the position to meet people of the opposite sex so I can talk to them, form relationships with them, and go out with them? Not, I don't have any options. Let me go to a speed dating event. No, I wouldn't go to a speed dating event today in 2024. If you paid me, I wouldn't go. I think a big problem in the first world is we spend so much time chasing money, success in our careers, assets, that we don't take the time to foster connections and create relationships. I would rather have less money and better quality relationships in my life than be the average American who, if you compare them to the rest of the world, they're very wealthy, but they're relationship poor. People in the first world don't take the time to develop relationships with other people. If you go online, on TikTok, on YouTube, you'll find a bunch of videos of people saying, I don't have friends. I don't have any people to hang out with. Nobody calls me. I barely have social connections. My social connections are weak. And it's because in the first world, people just focus on money, 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 career, work that job, get that CEO position until you die. There's no time for you to foster relationships, create relationships, and make friends and create a social circle because everybody's just chasing money. And I think that's a problem. There's another video that I saw where a woman is talking about singles events or speed dating events, I think. And she says that she wants men to go to them because it makes it easy to approach someone and it makes it easy for someone to approach you. I'll say this. I think that if something is easy, anyone can do it and it takes the value away from it, right? Approaching is hard. Making connections with people requires time and effort and energy. We're not doing that in the first world, sadly. We're just chasing material goods, riches, and comfort. I'll say this. I come from the Dominican Republic, a third world country. In third world countries, we're much richer in terms of social connections than people in first world countries. People in first world countries are much richer when it comes to assets, money, and wealth. I would rather be rich in social connections and relationships than just have a ton of money, capital, wealth, and be miserable. Let's go back to singles events and wrap this up. So women are upset that men don't want to go to singles events. I don't think women put themselves in men's shoes as much as they should. Singles events suck for guys. You need to show up, dress well, talk the talk. It's like you're jumping through hoops. It's like job interviewee. Oh, hey, hi, what's your name? What do you do? Where do you work? I don't like the dynamic. I like to take my time. I like to have fun. I like to flirt. I like to be playful. It sucks. At the end, the promoters of the event or the event coordinator finds out who the women like, and then the women get to hand their information to the guys or pass it to them through the event coordinator. But it sucks, because it's still a room full of women picking 2 or 3 guys. Most men aren't going to get numbers or matches, so they're basically going to the real world equivalent of online dating. You might as well just stay home. It's not fun for the guys. The guy's perspective needs to be considered. Shout out to Abba and Preach. They said the same thing too. You go to a speed dating event, you have to show up and show your face. And even then, women are going to go for the top 1 or 2 or 3 guys there. Another reason why speed dating / singles events suck is I remember some of them would charge the men money and the women would go for free. So it's still kind of like saying, hey, you still have to pay to talk to a woman. No, man. That's one thing I didn't like about speed dating events. I remember I lived in Philadelphia for some time, in Philly, in Pennsylvania. And I used to look at speed dating events, but you would have to pay, I think $40, $50. I don't know, $20. Like, you had to pay to go to a speed dating event. That, I didn't like that. That's basically saying you have to pay to go to a place and have a conversation with a woman. You're paying just to get a chance, a shot, right? $50 to talk to maybe 20 to 30 women that you might not want to talk to. All right. Thank you to everybody who watched this video. My name is C. If you liked this video, you'll also like this other video up on the screen. I'll be back with more videos soon. Peace.